Hello everybody, this is probably my only makeup video that's going to be done in a way where, you know, professionals would probably advise you to do it. This is a Scandi makeup. So, makeup for wild-ass crackers like me. I'm not technically a Scandi. I'm not Scandinavian, I'm Finnish, so I guess I go into another heritage thing, but I look like Scandinavian. So, this video is for people who are white like me. So this is kind of the ideal makeup for someone with my skin type, my hair, my eyes. So, usually skin types, when it comes to Scandinavian skin, it's usually combination skin. So you want to start by creating a good surface by doing a scrub so you can get the dead skin cells off, because your skin tends to get dry, and then hydrate it as much as you can, okay? That's like the base. The next thing you can do to make this a little bit easier is, because our features usually, as you can see, like this is my natural lip color. I have nude lip, like all the time if I don't do anything to it. It almost sinks into my skin tone and you can't really see it. We also have usually like really visible, like everything comes through our skin like we are mole rats, okay? So you can kind of see that the darkness kind of comes through like really much. But then our eyebrows even, like they're almost non-existent, and our eyelashes are usually really light. So that's kind of like Scandi for you. So we want to kind of balance this shit out to look a bit more awake. And this is kind of the ideal makeup for a Scandi girl in hurry, okay? And we have blue eyes, so usually, or green or whatever. So anyways, the first thing I do is I always hydrate my skin well, and I also tint my brows because they are like non-existent and I look like a serial killer if I don't. So those are like things that I do with the makeup, okay? But then let's get into it. So what kind of makeup suits a Scandi person? Usually it's something that lets your skin show through a little bit, but also masks the imperfections that they, let's face it, like redness and bumps and everything, it shows more on like white skin in my opinion, like all imperfections. So you want to kind of mask that, but you still don't want to make it look like you have a white canvas and you're a vampire, okay? So a light, hydrating, beautiful, dewy skin base, to me at least, is best for Scandi skin. And also we want to bring some color to the face, because let's face it, like I'm skin color. I'm a mole rat with dark eye sockets, so yeah. So the two kind of blush colors, we're gonna start with those to make this beautiful, okay? The two colors I'm going to tell you guys to use is either very kind of like cold pink. This is for blush and lipstick. So you can see these are the two that are the most common for like Scandi skin. So these are the different shades, and this is a very, like, you can see it clearly. This is redder and kind of like warmer tone, and then there's colder pink tone. So either it's corally or it's pink. And cold pink or coral or middle tone pink or red. Those are kind of like, or like bluish red. Those are kind of the Scandi colors you want to go for. Scandis also pull like vivid pinks and vivid reds very well, like this kind of crazy, almost neon colors well. So you can pick something along those lines, just make sure your blush matches your lipstick a little bit. So no darkish red lips with cold pink blush, like that's kind of the thing. And I think today, because I have a crazy fuchsia color that I want to show you guys and try, because this is a new one, as you can see, I'm going to go with the cold pink one. I'm a neutral color. If you don't know which one you are, you can do this. Like if you are warm color skin tone, then go for corals, and if you are a cold skin tone, go for pinks. So you can see it from here. If your veins look green, then you are basically warm tone, and if they look red, kind of like bluish to like violet, you are a cool tone person and you should go for the pinks. I, however, have both. I'm neutral skin tone, which is the reason why I can pull both of these off. One better than the other, but anyway, so that's kind of like I'm a mixture of the two. So we start this with this one to make the lips and kind of like cheeks pop. So why I'm doing this first is because this kind of helps to bring out my natural blush. So I'm bringing it always to every kind of part where I would kind of blush naturally, even in the nose, because that way I'm gonna look a bit more awake and pretty. And then I'm just gonna like do a little bit of and I want to go all over my apples. And this looks crazy right now, but when I'm gonna bring in the other skin things, it's gonna look good. This is actually how they do boy beat makeup. They kind of make stark contrast at first and then go full on ham with other products. So there's like the pink is coming through, so we're getting a little bit color on the face. And then I'm using this HD liquid foundation from Catrice, and you want to be careful with this. Okay, I want usually, if I do Scandinavian makeup, I want my skin to show through a little bit, so we're gonna do this. I might do this video in 2 parts if it's more convenient that way. But anyway, I don't use much and I just want a little bit of coverage on some areas where I have imperfections. And I take a buffing brush, and this is gonna help to make it look very natural. And using a rounded motion, this blends it well into the skin, so it's not too harsh. And I'm just gonna like blur the blush a little bit. And this way I don't have as much coverage, but it still looks beautiful, fresh, and it kind of makes my skin tone look a bit more even, as you can see. So it's nothing much. This kind of takes the Scandinavian skin and kind of like elevates it a little bit, not kind of hiding all the imperfections, because we want it to look natural, because that's kind of the idea of this makeup, is to kind of just bring out the natural beauty of a Scandinavian person. So these are just some tricks I've learned. So there's redness usually in the T area and cheeks of a Scandinavian, so you want to kind of mask that a little bit. And as you can see, I already look a bit more awake. So yeah, then let's do the eyebrows, because they bother the heck out of me. So because we have this kind of eyebrows, like almost non-existent, discolored, we're just gonna go with this one and start from here to kind of feather the color out. And I will also be doing a bit darkening, but I want to go for something like this that's more close to my like root color. And I like dark brow, okay, so you can go with lighter shade if you want to, but I'm more for a stronger brow, so that's why I'll use this kind of color. Okay. Yeah. And we're going today for a bit more natural brows, so no Instagram brows, okay? So then I just kind of trace the down line of my brow with this dark brown. And the tail a little bit, like to darken it a little bit. If you do the Instagram brow, you'd go underneath with concealer, but I don't like that look. It looks too artificial for a natural makeup like this one. And then usually a Scandinavian look is usually like round brows. It's kind of more natural, almost young looking. Or some like to do the kind of very arched one if they're more into like the sexy look, and then I'm just blending that in a little bit. So we've got a bit of a situation where the other one is darker, and I'm just gonna like fix those sparse areas here a little bit more. Like, eyebrows are the hardest part to me, at least. Like, I feel like they are always the hardest. Okay. There's some sparseness there. Honestly, I don't really mind that a lot. Let's do this. Taking some of the color off a little bit. You could comb through this, actually, like comb, and that would help a bit. Let me see if I have my comb here with me. I don't think so. I guess I'm just gonna have to leave them like this, which is not ideal, but anyway, you get the gist of it. This one is a bit dark for my tastes. So anyway, just a little bit of darkening, and you can use a different color if you want to. But anyway, so that's kind of like the brows done. You could use a eyebrow gel if you want to. Then let's go to the kind of like eyes, and with eyes I think that natural is the best. So we're going with nude shades today. I'm going to take a kind of like pinkish white shade here, and that's gonna be our base color for the eyelid. So you want to put it on the moving part of the eyelid and just kind of pack it on there. Also into the inner corner, like that's a good idea. To kind of lighten it a bit. This is very subtle, like using matte shade is gonna be always more subtle. And it's good for aging skin too. And then we are taking a middle tone from here. This kind of a bit darker, but not much, for socket. I'm holding my eye open while doing this, so I can like deepen it that way. As you can see, it's already looking a bit deeper. That's what she said. And I'm bringing it a little bit down here to just match like that. And I'll do the same to the other eye. So Scandinavian makeup is usually about eyes more than lips, but it's still natural, because usually people think that Scandis have beautiful eyes and different eyes, so I'm taking that dark one, middle dark one, and just gonna put it slightly into the outer corners of my eyes. And to the socket a little bit. And bringing it down here. Usually Scandis do this kind of like nude eye, and to the down parts here also, like the corners. Very cat-like. So yeah, and then I'm taking a different kind of brush. This kind of fluff one, and we're gonna blend it a little bit just to mask any harsh lines. Okay. Ooh. Blending is the most boring part of any makeup. But you can see like the eye is coming forward a little bit already. Next thing you wanna do is basically, because I think that it looks a bit too like not coming through, I'm gonna take this light shade here that's a bit shimmery, and I'm just gonna pop that in the like middle of the moving lid, just to bring a little bit light there, back there, and to the inner corner. So now we have the base down there, and we're gonna just darken it a little bit using brown, because brown looks better with light skin. It's not as harsh. So we're gonna do a small eyelining using dark brown. It's the same that I used for my eyebrows. So I'm just tight lining my upper lid a little bit. And from the other side too. It's barely visible, and that's kind of the idea. And then the down part here a little bit, like 1/3 of the eye. Just gonna darken that one. Like that, and then we drag it a bit up and out to elongate the eye and to give an illusion of a small natural cat eye. And then, because you have some residue in here, in the original brush, you wanna like just fade it a little bit. You fade it up there, and you fade the both upper and middle parts. Like so. So we've now created some depth, and that's kind of what we want to do. And then you take your eyelash curler and you curl them. So Scandis are usually all about the eyes, but with a subtle look, and usually brown looks better with blue eyes actually, because it just brings the natural color out, and that's kind of what we want to focus here on. And that's what we're doing. I have a new mascara today, and it might not be as good as I would like it to, but we're gonna see. Let's see, where is it? Where did I put it? Fuck. Why am I such a spaz? There it is. So this is a Formal High Definition mascara. I've never used it before, but hey, first time for everything. You should really get a new mascara every 3 months, because it does get bad. You don't want to get like an eye infection and it starts to like really dry out. If you want to make your eyes pop even more, I'd use eye drops before, because that always makes the eyes look more white and beautiful when they are like hydrated, which is a small tip that people don't really know even. I like the brush in this one. It's very like it gives definition, and it really separates the lashes beautifully, I think. I like this. I think I'm gonna buy it again, or buy like 10 of them. If it doesn't smudge, that's always like a thing that you gotta be careful for. So usually a Scandi would go for a lot of mascara, because this is like where we're bringing the oomph in. And the contrast of black mascara with like dark brown makes the eyelashes pop, because they don't fade into the black liner that you'd usually use if you were an American doing this makeup. Yeah, some Scandis like to do down parts, I don't. Personal preference. Then we're gonna do just a little bit of concealing, because as I talked, the dark eye bags are a thing. I use this one. It's Age Rewind, and it's beautiful. It's